I don't know the best way to ask this to you. George Pickens' effort, the 2 plays I'm talking about against the Colts where
Uh-huh.
Jaylen Warren is scrapping for a touchdown to try to score in the red zone. He stops blocking his defensive back. And then Mitch Trubisky's last interception where he starts to jog after the defender and then just starts jogging at midfield. I remember a few years ago when OBJ was on the Browns and he tore his ACL trying to chase after a defender who intercepted Baker Mayfield. At the same time, watching these reps on film are really, really difficult. I take this in any direction you'd like, but I have to ask you about this is when you see this as a player, just like what comes to your mind when you see those 2 reps on film?
Bro, you tripping. That's how I look at it. Like, cause that for sure ain't you. I know the George Pickens. I know the George Pickens. When I watch on tape, when he get in between them lines, ain't no such thing as no effort. That's what I do know. So don't let that leak in. I'm talking to George. George, don't let that leak into your game, bro. Don't even put that on tape because that ain't you. For sure, that ain't you. Like George, I don't know if you know, but you're a leader, so it's time for you to start acting like a leader. I know you probably don't. I know you probably don't want to be a leader, but off of default, your talent, your production, what you can do, how other defenses look and value you. And I'm just gonna tell you this from the get-go, George. You're a leader, bro, so let's start acting like one. I mean, and you ain't gotta talk because you're not a talkative person. What you do on the field shows that you're a leader. And 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 a lot of that comes with, and this ain't got nothing to do with catching, because everybody know your catch radius is off the charts. Everybody know all you need is a couple of targets a game and you're gonna make a play or score a touchdown. Everybody know that, George. Everybody know that. But the effort part, don't let that leak into your game, bro. I don't think you understand how many people look up to you, and I don't think you understand how important you is to the organization. So, GP, let's not put this on tape. Um, Ain't nobody asking you to be vocal when it comes down to leadership, but I'm telling you this off of what I see, GP. You a leader, so let's start acting like a leader.
Like that's very well said. And you see a lot of clips where he's abusing defenders, not just catching the ball, but blocking in the past too. And just tough to watch. I get it. It's late in the season. Your team's struggling. You're now on the outside looking in for the playoffs. I understand all of that.
Right. I
But
don't. I don't. 'Cause
lack of
you
effort.
are what you are on tape.
Yeah.
Your tape is your resume.
Like
So
you've said that slogan since we started
your
doing the
tape
show in 2019.
effort should never be questioned if you a football player, regardless. So you're not gonna know whether we're 6-11 or 11-6 off of my effort, just off of effort. So and that's since I hit the front office, that's exactly what I look for. How does a receiver do the how does a receiver block? You know, because he's not getting the ball. So how he gonna block for his teammates? Um, how do a running back pick up the blitz? Because he's not getting the ball. So he gonna sacrifice for his team. Um, how does a corner come downhill and 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 tackle a 215-pound running back, but that's not part of his resume. He's just known to cover. Like it's just a lot of unselfishness, bro. To be honest with you, Mark. So I mean, I don't think I see this again coming from GP as far as like effort wise, but effort ain't got nothing to do with record ever.
Yeah, like the energy that I think he can bring and is capable of bringing, if that's channeled and harnessed the right way, it's a scary combination. It's a chocolate and peanut butter combination where 1
Right.
+ 1 = 3. How he responds is what I'm looking at, Ike, because we've seen this before with other talented Steelers receivers, Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown, like different circumstances, I understand, but to where there's some drama and everything, go let your tape and go showcase your athletic excellence in these last 3 games. How you respond to this of, hey, here's what I'm capable of doing when I'm getting the ball, when I'm not getting the ball. And he has that opportunity really starting Saturday against a division opponent where you have to win out and you're going to need help if you want any chance of making the playoffs. From his talent standpoint, I have no doubt in my mind that he could do it. And here's the thing, too, is there's already people on social media saying, oh, well, they need to trade him now. And there's others saying, well, he wouldn't have value. I think there are a lot of teams that would want to have George Pickens on their team, given what he can do with the football in his hands, Ike. So you're you're rolling your eyes at me, but what we're saying is true. My point is this: he has the opportunity of how he responds to adversity come Saturday, and I'm excited to watch that. I really am.
Man, ain't nobody trading GP, man. That dude, the alien, bro. Ain't nobody trade. GP will have a 31 waiting list, a 31 team waiting list. Ain't nobody. You don't trade. He ain't from around here, bro. It really he ain't do nothing wrong. Like GP, for me with GP is just a maturity. GP don't do. I know when GP step in between them two lines for practice. I've been up there for 2 weeks. That he it's just off of them two plays. I guarantee it won't happen again. Off of them two plays is just like that a mental lapse. But that ain't him, so I'm not worrying about it.
Mm.
That ain't what
To hear you
he
say
do.
that, you went against everyone. I know you were there for practices. I know you were there during training camp. When you say he's an alien, I've gone up and down your resume of who you covered. So when I hear you say that, and if someone's watching this and be like, what's Ike Taylor talking about with George Pickens? Ike went against everybody. Go look at his resume, 03 to 2014, every receiver that played in the league you went against, period.
Right. Yeah, and GP alien, bro.
Yeah.
He all the way. Ain't nobody trading. And he ain't even do nothing. Okay, non-effort on a couple of plays. But that's not his personality when he step in the line. That ain't him. So
I also think that's magnified during a loss, Ike.
Yeah.
If that's a win, we're not even talking about this segment right now. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Right. Agreed. But that ain't him, bro. I'm not worrying about GP.